stop drinking water. No, for reals. Like, okay, this reverse osmosis stuff, this filtered water thing, all of it, it just all needs to die. And let me tell you why. I frequently have clients that say, so-and-so told them to drink this many liters of water a day. Now, let me tell you right now why this is not a good piece of health advice for the general population. When we drink plain water, we're assuming it's either tap water, it's water that's been filtered or reverse osmosis or some sort of process to get rid of chemicals, toxins, whatever that might be in it. So what you're left with is just plain H2O. Is there any source of plain H2O on this planet that's just pure 100% water, filtered out, no toxins, no minerals, nothing? I can't really think of any sources. I mean, when I think about our ancestors who got water back in the day, they likely melted ice to get water. Maybe they got it from a local spring, a local river, some sort of natural source of water. Now, those sources of water, those are rich in minerals and nutrients from the earth. It's not just plain water. And this is a really important consideration because I think there's this huge thing around, yes, our water must be filtered. And I agree with that to an extent, but we should not be drinking that water in the pure filtered state. We need to be adding back in the nutrients that were depleted from that water through that process. And so I just really want to touch on this because when we start drinking more and more plain water, imagine it's reverse osmosis water, for example. So there's this shifting of ions of different electrolytes, different minerals, things that create these charges between the liquid in our body and the cells. And there needs to be this delicate balance of the amount of liquid in the cells and outside of the cells for our body to function at a basic foundational level. Now, this can be thrown off so easily. This distribution of water and hydration between the cells and the system, it can be thrown off by imbalances in hormones, nutrient deficiencies, mineral imbalances, diet. In fact, an important nutrient for cellular hydration are amino acids. Amino acids are found in animal-based foods. That's great. That helps cellular hydration at a foundational level. When we think of minerals like magnesium, sodium, potassium, calcium, all of these play a huge role in this balance of hydration within the cell and outside of the cell. If there is one little thing off here, our cells are either going to become expanded, and that can contribute to inflammation, disease, symptoms throughout the body overall, or our cells can become deflated and different consequences on either side of the spectrum of having one extreme or the other. Now, there's this occurrence called hyponatremia. So essentially this happens when an individual consumes too much plain water that doesn't have minerals, electrolytes, or anything like that in it. Now, this can happen on a degree of intensities across the scale. So you can have slight side effects or you can have major side effects from this hyponatremia. So what happens when we just guzzle down a liter of water? Just think about that for a minute. So this water goes through our entire system. If it doesn't have any minerals or nutrients added to it, you know what that water is going to do? It's going to start pulling minerals and nutrients outside of the cells, and it's going to carry it through. You're going to probably start urinating more often. Your pee is going to become more diluted. You're carrying out a ton of essential minerals, nutrients, and electrolytes from your body by consuming that plain water. So what should we be doing instead? Let me show you my glass of water here. This is reverse osmosis water. Yes, I'm getting back to this point. I added minerals and nutrients back into it. And how did I do that? I added some citrus juice, cucumbers, mineral and nutrient dense, high quality Icelandic flake salt. So this flake salt, it has those minerals and nutrients that have been filtered out. So this Icelandic flake salt is rich in magnesium, potassium, sodium, calcium, and a ton of other trace minerals. And all it takes is a pinch of salt in my glass of water to help me make up for those minerals that have been depleted through the filtration process. This is a huge thing in the health and wellness industry. Athletes that are drinking plain filtered water are truly depleting themselves of optimal athletic performance, cellular function, energy at a foundational level in the cells. We need to be replenishing with the things that our body needs for deep, deep hydration. I feel very convicted that our ancestors did not go around drinking plain filtered water, 2 liters of it a day. I do not think that is healthy in any way, shape, or form, especially in a world where we are more stressed than ever. That means our body is burning through mineral stores more rapidly than ever before, so having adequate remineralization in our beverages is essential. Now, we don't just have to be adding salt to our water every day as our only way of getting our cells deeply hydrated. Other things we can be doing for optimal hydration include eating tons of fruit. I love watermelon right now in this season. Think about the amount of liquid and hydration in a watermelon. You're not just getting the water and the juices from the fruit, you're also getting the minerals and nutrients in there. Other favorite drinks, bone broth. I love bone broth. I was talking about the amino acids, how they're essential for our body to create that delicate balance between the fluids in our body and the cells. The amino acids can also help with the activation or deactivation of our quenching our thirst. So when you feel thirsty, there's certain triggers in your body that trigger you to feel thirsty and to need that sort of replenishment. Your body is really smart and innate in knowing what it needs, and we need to be able to listen to that. When someone has adequate amino acid intake, it can shut down some of those thirst pathways because your body is being deeply hydrated at a cellular level. That is going to keep your body running smoothly and running optimally for a long period of time. Other things we can be drinking, I think of raw milk. Raw milk is rich in nutrients, minerals, protein, carbohydrates, all of the things. If we think of a standard sports drink, it typically is comprised of at least 3 components: adequate carbohydrate, adequate sodium, and adequate potassium. So these 3 things are essential when the body is becoming depleted, whether it be from stress, this can be from aging, exercise, alcohol consumption. All of these things that cause stress in the body can cause our cells to become dehydrated. When the standard sports drink was created, it had this main area of focus to replenish carbohydrates so your liver can keep functioning optimally, to replenish sodium that was lost to help bring back that balance between the cells pressure and the fluid pressures in your body, and the potassium, which also helps with the sodium and that balance there. Milk, if we're thinking of raw milk, it is rich in all of these things. It's rich in potassium, it's got calcium in it, protein, amino acids, like all of these things, carbohydrates. It's like the perfect sports drink. Back in high school, I remember I used to run cross country. I would always crave a glass of chocolate milk after, and there's a reason I craved that. It's because it had all those essential minerals and nutrients my body needed to replenish itself after being under that amount of stress. Other things we can be doing for optimal hydration, we can be adding the salts to our foods. When we are cooking vegetables, we can add minerals back into the water that we're cooking the vegetables in, because same kind of thing as in the body. If we're cooking our vegetables in a very filtered water, it's going to pull out some of those nutrients from the vegetables. We add minerals back into the water that we're cooking our vegetables in. That can help this entire situation as well. Some of my other favorite things for hydrating include adrenal cocktails. The main components of an adrenal cocktail are that it has some sort of whole food vitamin C, sodium, and potassium, and then you can add other minerals and nutrients back into that. One of the classic adrenal cocktail recipes that I go to, it's my daily driver. It's 1/3 cup orange juice, 2/3 cup coconut water, a pinch of salt, and sometimes I add some magnesium bicarbonate into it to get some more minerals as well. And that is an ultra hydrating beverage right there. You got your sodium, you got your potassium, you got your whole food vitamin C. This is going to help those cells function at a basic foundational level. It's going to help improve the immune function, your body's ability to combat oxidative stress or stress of any way, shape, or form, replenish those mineral stores, and help at a foundational level so your overall health and well-being can thrive. Okay, so please Cheers to ditching that regular filtered water that's going to end up depleting us and leaving us more dehydrated in the long run. And cheers to adding more minerals and nutrients back into our water for optimal hydration.